So, I've sold everything I had repeatedly to get me down to enough mirror to not be able to afford anything. I've sold all my weapons and armor and quartz, well, the sellable ones at least. And so, let's see what happens if you try and buy lunch in this state. I'm just kind of interested to see what happens. Okay. Right, okay, you actually do need to have enough money here. They don't take pity on you like the, Safari Zone in Pokemon Yellow. Here's the thing, though. I've sold everything I have, but the game ensures that even if, provided that it actually lets you leave. Yes, it does, okay. Because the game ensures that you always have a practice weapon equipped, even if you don't have anything. So it might be difficult, but as you can see, it's definitely not... Like, you're doing far less damage, but it's definitely not impossible to make more money by fighting enemies. As I said, it's definitely more difficult than normal. But if you're less stingy with your CP like this... So that thing dropped a few Seepith. And already that gets us almost enough mirror to be able to afford the lunch, so I don't think it's possible to render the game unwinnable here. I wonder where this comes from. This is something that's referenced in a lot of things, especially by some hikers in Pokemon, but it must come from somewhere if it's referenced this much. So, welcome back to Trails in the Sky. Last time, we got to Minoria Village and had a nice, relaxing / awkward lunch, but also had our Bracer emblem stolen by a kid who we know now is from the orphanage. So, now it's on to Gull Seaside Way. This is one of the longest and most elaborate, I guess you could call them, routes in this game. There are 8 treasure chests to find here, which is the most we've ever seen. In fact, yeah, it's actually more than the Sky Bandit hideout and any of the towers so far, actually. But anyway, while I'm here, I might actually switch some healing quartz onto, yeah, Haze hasn't really been doing that much for me right now. I might as well swap a water quartz onto someone, because there are actually a surprising number of enemies here who are weak to water. So anyway, that way leads straight to Ruin and the Orphanage, but if we go down here, there's actually a couple of new enemies that we haven't seen before. That's redundant, but anyway. We have these things here. Crocodile. Reasonably weak to all elements, slow, but they hit very hard. So, yeah, not really that much to see here. I might want to save my EP for a little bit later, because there is kind of a semi-forced fight a bit later down here. And yep, all gone. And the description says these things are very slow. We've got item drops for all of them, which is pretty good. And there's also a new thing down here. Now, this enemy is actually pretty bizarre. And I feel like its name might be a mistranslation, though I'm not sure. Night Nautilus. Given that it looks like a helmet, it should probably be KNIGHT Nautilus. But yeah, this thing has a lot of health, and it also explodes when defeated, so... Actually, I might want to try and Shadow Spear it just to see if I can get it, instantly dead. It is thankfully very slow. But it does have an attack that hits everything on the field. Here I was saying that I would save my EP. Okay, nothing yet. There we go, Lightning Slash. I forget exactly what that inflicts, but it's something that Estelle is immune to at least. I guess Aqua Blade will probably... Yeah, definitely on a 50% strength turn. And Estelle might be in the blast radius? No, it looks like she was just barely out of it. I guess her staff's extra range helps there.
Let's move out.
I seem to remember their explosions hitting pretty hard, so you want to be careful. Looks like people are leaving stuff to dry on the beach here. Uh-oh. Go away, Crocodile. Anyway, here we have our first chest, another tear balm. Fill this chest with your tears. Get it, because of the item, because it's empty! I think I can walk... Yeah, you can actually go in the water here too, and you'll need to do that to get some of the chests in this area, so bear that in mind. Like this one. Another tear balm. And it's a clone phrase. I guess, yeah, maybe those two chests are exact copies of each other. I don't know if I fully got into this before, but apparently the chest quotes were actually an invention of the localization. They made use of something in terms of the way the game stores scripts, which allowed them to change the generic messages to have a unique message per chest. But as you can see here, the road forks and one path leads to Mercia Orphanage. Which is where that jerk who stole our emblems is. Well, hopefully he's there. I mean, you'd think he wouldn't be so obvious as to return straight to his home, but then again, he is just a kid. Yeah, I thought you'd already decided on that before. I think settle down does not exist in Estelle's vocabulary. So yeah, we have to check this place out before we can progress. This is the orphanage. And there's that kid with the cap. So we know this guy's named Clem now. Yeah, that's not going to end well for you at all. Very bad timing there. You happened to call her crazy right when she was within earshot. So something that I kind of love about this scene, yet also kind of wish was different. This calm, relaxing music still plays during this wacky chase scene. It's just kind of, I don't know, like like I said, on the one hand I wish they used different music, but on the other hand it makes it even funnier in a way. Especially with them chasing each other in the background while the others are just talking to Joshua. And yes, no one can, can get away from Estelle. In the comments back, in the early episodes when Estelle was dealing with Luke before, some people were headcanoning that she was using Misty's ear pinch on Brock from the Pokemon anime, and I'm guessing she's doing the same thing here. And in rushes that bird we saw before, otherwise known as the most broken bird in existence next to Tibon. Why am I saying that? Well, you'll see later. Well, looks like she didn't go very far. Yeah, I told you we'd be seeing her again, and it seems like the bird's connected to her. Don't worry, this isn't what it looks like. He kinda stole stuff from us. And wow, the Griffel can actually get its own portrait. You are lying. Did we know her name was Chloe before? Or are we just inferring that since they mentioned her name alongside Clem? Also, that chicken just walked in from off-screen. I don't know why I find that funny, but I do for some reason. Oh, another chicken just walked in from off-screen. So a running theme is that Mary's kind of the voice of reason of the kids here. Yes, it has. I think an exclamation is in order here. So that's the matron. Seems like this has been a regular occurrence. And his lies are gradually cracking. And caught out. Nice one. Well, he's obviously going to be upset for a while, but yeah, he should learn not to swipe things from random strangers. Yeah, this whole story is gonna take a while to explain. Over a veritable feast of tea and pie, that's pretty cool. Is it better than the tea we got for free back in the village? Probably is. Oh, okay, so it's actually the same. And we have the recipe for it now, too. You know, I don't know, I just noticed that loaf of bread that you can just see up in the top of the screen there. I don't know why, but I just kind of like the way that's rendered. Well, to be fair, Estelle wasn't exactly being, not rude herself. And she just says it. Sig is a pretty cool name. Right, so yeah, we now know that that's LaBelle's national bird, which we do see on the emblems. Yeah, I've always been kind of envious of people who could tame hawks and other giant birds like that. Always thought it would be cool to have one of those, but they're probably a real pain to train and... yeah, they're probably a high-maintenance pet. Okay, so the campus is one of those boarding schools. Also, when she says the campus is not far away, she's not kidding. It's pretty close to here. So it seems like she makes a habit of coming to help out at the orphanage every now and then. So she's pretty well known to the children around these parts. That's true. You don't want to spend all your time away from the campus. Well, you know what I can't actually say, because I've never done that, and my only experience with living on campus is Persona 3, and well, obviously real life is not like that at all. Yeah, it's a pretty prestigious school, and it's highly sought after, very well known across, I think, the entire continent. Obviously, it would be hard to get into. Well, they require a very different set of skills. Obviously, not everyone can do the kind of practical work that braces require. Yeah, that'll be our next destination until we get a recommendation from there, so we're gonna be probably seeing a lot more of Chloe in the future. Really? You sure about that? I have a feeling one of the children in particular we're not going to be so thrilled to see again. Yes, it's almost like her name is a few letters off Mother Teresa, which I think she's actually named after. And hi again, Sieg. Actually, she should be saying, they're not here to hurt anyone yet. Estelle definitely has experience in hurting people. This might seem kind of weird, but I'm pretty sure I've mentioned before that it's not exactly telepathy, but I do kind of have a feeling for what my cat is trying to say, so I can kind of understand what she says here. Uh-oh. I have a feeling Estelle's gonna get pecked right now. Or just straight up rejected. I feel like it's the exact opposite, actually. Okay then, huh. Thing is, don't get too excited about this just yet. What happens here is kind of strange. The fact that Chloe got special permission to skip school means she probably does very well academically. So, we have Chloe following us, but as you can see by the bottom of the screen there, and if we go into status, she's not officially a party member. So, she just acts as an NPC in combat, however, she does a little bit more than your average NPC. She can cast healing magic, but other than that, she's not controllable. So she doesn't really make fights, well, I guess she does make fights easier, but not in the sense that she helps kill enemies, she just helps you survive. Unfortunately, Chloe's apple pie is not a recipe that you can learn in the game. And like I said, Mary's sort of the voice of reason among these children. And like always, these two are a hit with the kids. Well, except for one of them. Wonder if he's still here. Is he still here? I don't think he's anywhere, but I can just... Well, there you go. I will get you, chicken! I will get you, chicken! There we go. I managed to get one of their quote-unquote voice clips. I'm sorry. I just kind of like doing that sometimes, just for the way that they run like that. Yeah, I had a feeling that Clem would be seeing us before we left. Something I was going to say before is the name Clem always reminds me of Psychonauts, because there's a character in that game named Clem, although I believe he was one of those, yeah, a lot of the kids in that game have surprisingly dark backstories and mannerisms. Well, at least he's nice to Chloe, but given Chloe's disposition, it's hard not to be nice to someone like her. The real challenge is being nice to the one you stole from. Can you do that? Ah, good thing Chloe's with us. You know, as much of a jerk as he can be, he does kind of have a point. I've been saying that of a lot of characters in this game, actually. True. Getting lectured by a kid is embarrassing, but Estelle really needs to pay more attention to her surroundings. Well, I guess you could say that. Well, we get to know a little more about Chloe here. In a way, she does seem to be almost family with the kids at the orphanage, though. And so, it's time to continue our trek down the beach. I think we've got everything we can in this part of the Gull Seaside way, so let's progress onward. Oh, we got a free heal from that apple pie, I guess. That's pretty cool. I guess I shouldn't have worried about expending all of that EP. So yeah, this time, we can't just progress on land. We have to go to the beach. But there's a new enemy here. And these things, I believe, can split as well. You might notice Chloe is in the turn order, but she's still considered an NPC. Mars Shell. For some reason, this game likes the term Mars. Well, not term, like, I don't know, just name. Of course, now I'm reminded about the Fire Emblem anime, calling him Mars rather than Marth. I still remember that there was, back in the day I read a walkthrough of, I think, Fire Emblem 3, and it was written by someone who was incredibly anti-Marth, like, as in the name. He would just use any excuse not to call Marth Marth. He would just say, yeah. He said things like, I would have accepted Malzu more than Marth, which to me sounds really stupid, but anyway. Yeah, just a weird anecdote that I have here. And of course, the Fire Emblem OVA... You know how that went with calling him Mars. Only the dub called him Mars Lowell, but I think that was just to match lip flaps, kind of like how Ash got a last name in the English dub of the Pokemon anime, but not the Japanese. Because Ash Ketchum is 3 syllables and Satoshi is 3 syllables. I'm pretty sure it was the same there, because Marusu is 3 syllables in Japanese, so Mars Lowell, yep, that's also 3 syllables, so yeah. Lip flap matching. And we have another new enemy here. Kind of like the way these things look, but this is a flying shrimp. I think there's actually a TV trope called Flying Seafood Special, I believe it is. I think this enemy fits that. I don't really remember much about what the flying... Okay, secretes poison, I guess. Yeah, a lot of the enemies in this area I generally don't really remember much of, because I don't find myself fighting them all that often. You don't really need their item drops for any quests or anything like that. And still, Chloe hasn't really used healing at all yet. Trust me, she can heal you, but yeah, we'll hopefully be seeing that later. Let's move out. Okay, no chest in that little alcove though. Speaking of little alcoves, see that one that's roughly in the middle of my map right now? That's important. You definitely want to go there before you finish exploring this road. Okay, let's see. I believe there's something interesting in the ocean on the third part of this route, but not the second. Okay, no chest there. Yep, there's one down here. Tear Balm again. You forgot to say the magic word. I always like that part of Jurassic Park. Okay, there's another Night Nautilus. I guess we're getting close to that little alcove there. I want to just quickly check to see if I missed any chests over here, because I have 3 out of 8 right now. There was nothing there. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've got everything so far, because once we approach that alcove, something interesting will happen. Oh, there's another chest here as well. So that's 4. Terra Balm. Wow. Yeah, that's a surprisingly dark chest quote. Anyway, yeah, if you go in here, there's somebody in need of help here. Now, this isn't actually a hidden side quest, but saving this guy now, and you do have to save him now, your opportunity to do this will expire once you first get to Ruin. But saving Jimmy now is worth extra BP for a later side quest, so make sure you go here before you head to Ruin for the first time. This is probably some of the most easily missed BP in the game. And we're getting the mini-boss theme for this, even though it's really just 3 of the same enemies we've already fought. Oh yeah, these things have pathetically low movement too, so... and they have to be incredibly close to you to actually do damage, so they're really not that big of a threat. Can I get Petrify? Come on, Petrify. No Petrify. Why'd Chloe do that? She just walked closer to them. That is incredibly dumb. Yeah, they do hit very hard, but as you can see here, they need to be pretty much right next to you to actually do anything. Okay, this could be a problem, actually. Of course, since these things are so slow, Flicker can definitely help in getting them out of the turn order. Yep, there she is casting. So thankfully we have an NPC who can heal themselves. And I think, yes, I can actually catch you all. Again, come on, Petrify. Nope. Okay. That might not be that great, but, well, we'll see what happens here. Didn't really need to delay you because you're now dead. Oh, hey, thanks, except that might be too little too late. As I said, Chloe doesn't really help you win these battles any faster, but she does help you survive, which can be good. Also, it's great that she helps herself survive. Right now, though, this thing should be going down pretty quickly. I was going to say before, though, that because these things do so much damage, they actually charge up your CP pretty quickly. So this could be a nice place to kind of farm CP if you want. And I may actually have to, because there's a certain something we'll be encountering a little later in this area. Wow, I didn't even need to go for the Jewel Strike there.
We're good to go.
But with that, we have rescued Jimmy. Thankfully, he wasn't an NPC to protect in that fight, otherwise things would have been even worse. Actually, wait, no, those things were like more like crocodiles. They're not exactly fish. Although they're kind of like half sharks, half crocodiles, so I guess real-world logic doesn't really apply. Crocodiles are amphibians and reptiles. Absolutely no relation to fish, though. Hopefully Jimmy wasn't doing anything shady. Good news is, we won't have 4 NPCs following us. He'll make his way back on his own. Yes, and we're gonna find out a bit later. Before we leave here, though... Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yes, if you spin the camera around, there's actually a chest in here, and I think this one might be a monster chest, so let me just use one of these free tier bombs that I had lying around. Yep, it's a monster chest, thought so. Holy crap, okay then, that's a lot of stove plants, or, you know, a lot of, again, grass-type chandelures, as I like to call them. Please don't confuse Estelle, you probably are. In fact, you've knocked Estelle back far enough that I think she's not in range of any more of them. Okay, as tempting as it is to go straight for, yeah, as tempting as it is to use Hurricane right now, that'd knock too many of them out of range of that AoE. So what I'm actually going to do is going to use Earth Wall, because that'll at least hopefully prevent confusion, unless Chloe is stupid and walks directly out of range of it, which she probably will. Oh no, she's actually healing. Nice, okay. Good. Okay, good. Caught a lot of them in that Hellgate, and here comes Earth Wall. This won't be completely 100% protective, because more of them are going than we have shields. Or they could all just get stuck on each other for some reason. Yeah, see, we've already lost one of our shields. Thankfully, it was on the character who is immune to confusion. Okay, that was a very quick Hellgate to get. Okay, most of them are down. This shouldn't be... Okay, now I can probably safely use Hurricane. The other problem with Hurricane is it's kind of inaccurate, although I like the fact that my NPC still has the guard. Joshua's Drill Strike seems to be hitting a lot harder than it used to, and please don't confuse us. Of course it would confuse Estelle, and she gets a critical turn too. Yeah, even with only 2 of them left, oh boy. Oh no! Okay, that's another problem with confusion in this game, yeah. Okay. S-Break, Chloe's gonna heal. Thank Adios, S-Breaks can't miss. Please don't confuse her again. Of course you did, but there's nothing else, well, in range to hurt except... Oh, and confusion just wore off immediately. Okay, that could have gone incredibly badly. Let's just go ahead and, yeah, there's only 2 of them left. Do not underestimate stove plants. They're actually surprisingly dangerous, even when there's this few of them left. And I have a feeling Joshua's going to go down again, because you're going to use Pale Flame. Yes, you are! And Estelle got confused again. Okay, nice dodge there. Of course Estelle would go for Chloe. Uh-oh, crit turns really... Oh, you have a curing spell too! I forgot you had that. Okay, thankfully Chloe survived that. Joshua's gonna miss out on the experience if I do this, but I would rather not die. So, that's the other problem with having Status Ailment Quartz equipped on someone. If they get confused and that is used against you, that's incredibly bad. With that, we get the Ruby Talisman, which is the same as most other talismans in the game. It gives a fire effect to your main attacks as well as defense. What? The stuff you took before wasn't enough? Well, I mean, it's definitely enough, seeing as it almost killed us. Oh boy, yeah, I don't think I'll remove... You know what? I am switching the Lily Necklace to Estelle. Yeah. Because I want the confusion immunity on someone who has the Petrify Quartz equipped. I could just take off the Petrify Quartz, but I don't want to do that. I kind of like the chances of it working in regular battles, but yeah. This actually reminds me because of Final Fantasy X, because I know that I have had characters get confused while I had Stone Strike on their weapons, and it pretty much ends exactly the same way that does. Yeah, confusion plus terrible status ailments on your weapons equals really, really, really bad. So, with that out of the way, Gull Seaside Way Screen 3, Yeah, let's put that out of our minds for a moment. The good news is I don't really think we have to fight anything else in this area. I think that's the only monster chest. Well, actually, there is one more thing that we have to fight in this area, but fortunately, it's not that big of an actual threat. Anyway, going over here, let's just slip past that Night Nautilus and get ourselves... Of course there's another monster chest. Why wouldn't there be another monster chest? I don't know why I forgot about that one, but yeah, yes, there's another monster chest. Well, good news is Estelle now has the confusion immunity. The bad news is, it means Joshua has the potential to get confused. Okay, all of you get over here. Is Estelle going to even be able to... Yeah, let's actually get Ariel in. I kind of want to kill off these things as quickly as possible. You are one of the few enemies that's actually been intelligent about moving when I'm using Hellgate. Of course, the two ones that are fainted are going to die now. Yeah, I'm okay with not stealing this crit turn. Okay, no Pale Flame there. Yeah, I may actually have to use an EP charge on Joshua, because I'm going to need Shadow Spear a bit later in this area. Okay, two of them are down. We can't relax yet. We mustn't be careless, as someone would say. Okay, that was a lot better. I would say we're close to leveling up, but being this close to leveling up at this point doesn't exactly matter for reasons that you'll see soon. Battlesuit. The voices in my lid said you'd return. Okay, Chloe just barely dodged that. Anyway, that's enough acting crazy. The Battlesuit is a new form of armor, and it's incredibly good armor too, so let's go ahead and equip that, and now Estelle can switch over to the Chainmail. So, what I was saying about wanting a Shadow Spear? You can probably tell why. Around the middle of this water area, that's where the Shining Palms are for this chapter, but it looks like they didn't choose to spawn this time. I might go back before I head to Ruin and respawn them. Also another chest here. Another Tear Balm. You can take my contents, but you'll never take my freedom! That is I know that's a Braveheart reference, but I've never actually seen Braveheart. Oh, okay then, yeah, I thought you'd be here. So, should I use my other Tear Balm or no, I'll just use these. The game pretty much just hands these out to you for free, so I might as well use some of them. And I guess I'll use an EP charge on Joshua. So, we have here... This is an extermination request monster, and it's actually mandatory. It's fortunately not that difficult, though. Really, the worst things here are the stove plants. And thankfully, none of them tried using confusion. So, this thing here is a Jabba. I wonder if it's an intentional Jabba the Hutt reference, because it looks kind of like Jabba the Hutt. This is why I equipped HP 2 on Joshua, because it's very, very weak to water. And I'm going to go ahead and Hurricane here. Force it. Actually, no, it didn't miss one of them. Yeah, let's go for Aqua Bleed. You don't need to worry too much about the Crocodiles, because they'll take an eternity to actually get to you. Yeah, kind of like Armor Knights and Fire Emblem, I guess. So yeah, the Jabba dies very quickly to water. Which is kind of ironic, because it actually uses... No, it uses Stonehammer, okay then. Yeah, well, that's what you get for using Earth offensive arts in this game that aren't, what's it called? Earthlands, that's the name. I almost forgot about it for a second. Goes to show how often I use Earth offensive magic in this game. And the Jabba is dead. Aha! Joke's on you! I equipped the immunity to that now. And whoa, that's a lot of crit turns in a row. And I can't steal any of them with Ariel. Dang it. Okay. I can catch 3 of you in Hurricane, but I might want to... Oh, I don't actually have enough to S-Break. Well, at least you wasted your crit turns because of your terrible movements. Yeah, these things are very weak to water, but you don't really even need to use water on them that much. The unfortunate thing about water arts in this game is that it doesn't have a lot of particularly great AoE attacks. Redundant Blind. Okay, good. You're healing your stealth. And, yeah, I'm just gonna go for Hurricane again. I think this is the most I've ever really used Hurricane in this game. Or at least so far in this playthrough. Are you two in... Yes, you are. Yeah, I had a feeling you'd just be barely in range for a double flicker. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty much safe to leave the crocodiles for last because they are incredibly slow. Are you in Hellgate? No, I had a feeling you'd be out of range for that. Don't even need to use Aqua Bleed. Or do I? Yeah, I'm actually going to go ahead and use Aqua Bleed here. And finish you off. So yeah, overall this isn't a particularly tough fight, but you do want to make sure that you get that Lily Necklace from earlier, because if you don't have it, then the stove plants can become a major pain.
We're good to go.
Wide variety of Seabeth from that, though, which is pretty nice. And yeah, that actually counts as completing a request, even though we haven't even seen the bulletin board for this region yet. So make sure to report that once we get to the Ruined Guild branch. Also have another Tear Balm. I feel so empty inside. Okay, we actually have seen most of this area. This area leads to Genis Royal Academy, but there's no reason to go there just yet. I guess I can at least show, though, that going here leads to a brief area called Vista Forest Road, which gives us more of the amazing forest music in this game. There are a lot of new enemies here, but we'll be seeing them later on anyway, so I don't feel the need to show them now. There's also, thankfully, no chests on this road. But I can at least show what happens if you try to go to Genis Royal Academy now. And that's all we get, but it is kind of a unique scene, since it only takes place if you go here at the point Chloe's following you. Okay, since we left and came back, I'm gonna check to see if the Shining Palms have respawned. Doesn't look like there's one here. Oh, there we go! Oh, and they got a preemptive on me, which is kind of weird. I feel like I'm not gonna get any of them. Am I even gonna get... Okay, nope, Shadow Spear's not gonna go off in time. You're probably gonna run, aren't you? Yeah, these ones are actually totally immune to most magic, apart from time and space, obviously. Of course it's gone. No, you do not, Rule. You got preemptived and let them escape. Ah, there we go. Yeah, so it does actually display when they're here. And I also have Haze on, so I should be able to get an easy preemptive. Okay, so, now I can finally show something that I wanted to show for a while. Shadow Spear. Instant death, I find, is one of the easiest ways to deal with Shining Palms. You can also kind of try and use Petrify, which does work, but the chance of Hurricane actually hitting is really low. Okay, I actually did hit one of them, but... Okay, nothing. As you progress through the game, Shining Palms get more and more bulky, so the later ones, you pretty much have to use instant death on them. Still nothing. I guess I can try for Petrify. There we go, okay, finally got one of them. Okay, there's a very minor chance that I'll be able to get two, but I'm not counting on it. It'd be amazing if I did get this, though. Nope, okay. And no Petrify either. Well, you're sticking around, but I doubt this is gonna... Yeah, no, you're gonna get another turn before this goes off and you'll probably run. No, you're staying around. Okay, then, I got another chance. Actually, my only chance, because... Oh, that would have been amazing if that had worked. It's still here. Okay, then. This is my last Shadow Spear, so this had better count. Nope. You're gonna run, aren't you? Yeah, I thought so. But at least we got one of them. And that yep, that's enough for a level up on both of them. And some decent amounts of Seepeth. So yeah, that's the Shining Palm taken care of for this chapter. And now that we've got a full heal in terms of EP from leveling up, yeah, you can farm these things with Shadow Spear quite easily. In fact, I wonder if at this point it's possible to also put Shadow Spear on Estelle. I think it actually is, but I might try that off camera. Also, let's just go ahead and, I don't need Eagle Eye anymore. Oh, she didn't even have Petrify on. I'm stupid. Okay, so past here, we'll be getting to Ruin, but I think this part has gone on for a decent length of time, so I think I'll be taking care of Ruin in the next part. So, see you then for that.